A building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League. This is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Young Kweku has it all teed up. And we're off from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 22-yard line.
Fight on these two. Attack!
Another try following the sack. His first throw is an interception. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They go right back to Hall. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal.
2 for 1.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. Young Kweku on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Running for the first time with a man out of Florida State. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. That one's complete right side. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pistol now for Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs reach pay dirt for the first time this game. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and help out that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone.
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle, it can mean a touchdown.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
5. Good.
From the gun, Goff. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw from Goff. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. Down to the 10. Touchdown, New York! The Jets just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Jets take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Slot man motioned over. Play action, Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. The Jets take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long for Mahomes. He's on the move. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
On 1st down, it's gone. This is reeled in by Wilson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finding Collins. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Coming right is Hall. He's got to gain a 6 there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ball there to haul it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. A give left side for Hall. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds a man, right side. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop. Go. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throwing from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he drives this forward to the 6. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And in, touchdown, New York. Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 19. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. There he goes, right sideline. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Goff on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Williams. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Working inside the red zone. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Allen. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jets parlay the interception into points. Braylon Allen, the touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Running back sent in motion.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First and 10 from the 41.
Yellow, yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
33-yard line.
Easy.
2nd and 1. Escapes the pocket. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Goff back to throw. Finds his target Hall. And he gets him around 6 there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Back to throw it. Collins there to grab it. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one out with Hall. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackle made there by Derek Nottie. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Second and 10 now. Wilson's got it. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Motioning Williams left. Goff now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
First down throw from Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Goff on third. thinking too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Levante David. And the Jets take possession as he makes his fourth interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. You know, quarterbacks aren't always the one dishing out punishment. But when they take it and they deliver a frozen rope, when they deliver a ball right on target just like that, and the respect factor grows hundredfold with your teammates.
They give on second to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with third down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Able to hit Hall, complete. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the advantage now sits at 24.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
From his own end zone, here we go. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Yellow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's incomplete left side.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Hey, 43, 43, 15. Listen.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. Jukes out a one-stop. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw, Mahomes. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs shrinking the lead some in the third. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for two. They send the tight end in motion left. Another throw for Mahomes. And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. Butker on now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. That one's incomplete over the middle.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Hey, 5.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Goff trying again here after the pick. This is reeled in by Wilson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Pushing it up past the 30. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Offense to the line for second down.
We go tonight.
From the gun, Goff. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Goff now, 3rd and long. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
We go tonight.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Throw left side, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They send a tight end in motion. They go play action with Goff. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing again, it's Goff. Finding Collins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. Goff on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Off play action, Goff. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers, toss them with tight ends, but when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
It's a gain of 3, and they're going to have 2nd and goal from the 4. Sending a receiver left. Trying again, Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him a couple on the run, and they'll need the same here. 3rd and goal at the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. Touchdown, New York! Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets push their lead to 18.
Chiefs 20. Young Wei Koo is set to kick off.
Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Back to throw Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go, tonight.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And they take him down right along the 30.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26, and that will set up 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Hall. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 2, and that halves the distance. It brings up 2nd and goal from the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, tonight.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Jets keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets grow their lead yet again.
Chiefs 20. Young Wei Koo is set to kick off.
Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow. 15. Right side.
Interception last drive doesn't caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Jets. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Jets continue piling it on here in the fourth. Koo with the extra point. And the Jets continue piling on to this lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Yellow. Right side.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
6 yards.
Hey, 43.
Good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, 15. Right side.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Right. Right side. 15. Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Buys time, rolling right. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
15. Right side.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. It's 2nd and goal.
Yellow. Right side.
Another try following the sack. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Chiefs putting up points in a game decided. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. No change to the call on the field. That play's going to remain a touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs will trail by 25. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Jets are able to recover the kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Completed to Collins. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. And
he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
What? Cut.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give the Jets a first down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Jets nearing their 9th win of the season. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Drops to a knee here. Only one more timeout for that defense to burn and preserve some clock.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Drops to a knee here. Only one more timeout for that defense to burn and preserve some clock.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Looks like they want to squeeze every point they can out of this game. Field goal team is out there. It's a 36-yard look for it. So it's a road win for the Jets. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way.